Hi, so today I am reviewing the Grafix Artist Watercolor Artist Pencils. Now, these are purported to be professional quality drawing pencils. However, I found that they are just a decent scholastic or kids quality. Now, as you can see, there are 6 colors. This is a wood case colored watercolor color pencil, and I've actually found that these pencils are relatively easy to sharpen. Now, as you might have noticed, right off the bat, the blue and green are very light colors. Now here are some swatches I've done. They're actually from the last attempt at this video, which did not quite record. But anyway, you can see that, the blue is a very nice, very nicely pigmented sky blue. The purple is a very nice purple, decent pigmentation, definitely a joy to work with. Now the red is a bit less pigmented than I normally enjoy. However, it is a decent pencil. The orange is very pigmented. And the yellow, as with many brands, yellow is a lighter color, so I can't really fault them for that. The green, however, whereas I, expect a nice darker forest green or at least a vibrant, vivid green, what I'm left with is a pale, very pale green. I'm using a lot of force, and it is a very pale color, relatively speaking. And actually, this particular cardstock has a more porous surface, so it's actually very pale on certain other papers. So just be aware of that. There is no true vivid green. As you can see, I have used this Royal and Lanico water brush. This is the smallest of the 3-pack that I bought. I will have a link in the description for where you can buy that. I found these brushes to be very useful, and honestly, these were the least expensive water brushes I was able to find, at a 3-pack for the price of one of any other brand. Now, as you can see, the yellow almost completely solubilized with the water. The lines are gone. It just creates a very nice patch of yellow. Now the green, because it is such a light color, it does solubilize well as well. However, I would have liked to see a darker green regardless. The orange does leave the streaks behind when you attempt to wet it, but this might just be because the color is so pigmented that the pigments are actually settling into the pores of the paper and thus can't be moved. Now, for the red, if you were to try for pink, for example, you would be able to see the lines of your original drawing. Unless, of course, you are very, very carefully, lightly sketch in the color, and then, you wet it and just sort of build up the color. As with all watercolor pencils, you can pick up the color from the tip of the pencil and essentially use it as a watercolor palette. Or you could wet the paper first and then draw on it for a more vibrant color. But as you can see, due to the fact that I imagine there's probably a lot of filler, this red is not as vibrant as it could be. That's not to say it's not a nice red, it's just professional quality pencils would obviously have more color. The purple solubilizes very well. There's just a little bit hint of the lines left, but overall it's very nice. And the blue, same situation. Is really the orange and the reds, which are more pigmented in this series, especially compared to the yellow and green, that really has trouble with getting rid of those lines. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, I only have 6 colors. How am I going to get, say, skin tones or, I don't know, pretty landscapes, or even brown for that matter? Well, take a look at this one. I did this entire drawing only using this set. Now, you might be asking, how did I do that? Well, I actually mixed colors. For example, these boats are mixed with the orange and the green. Because the green is so light, you can see that it is a light brown. These rocks are a mixture of the purples and the blues for this more steel gray color, as well as the oranges, and essentially I mixed all of these colors as needed. All of these colors as needed in order to make these rocks. Now for this little boy's hair, I used a mix of yellow and purple to get this dirty blonde color, while for this girl's hair, which is a nice medium shade of brown, I used orange and purple. Because the yellow is a light color, this did give me a darker brown than I was able to get with the yellow. Now you'll notice that none of these colors are very dark because none of these pencils are very dark. There's no black or brown or anything that I could use to make a darker brown or even a darker green. So for those landscape artists out there, you might want to consider adding these to your regular set rather than using these as a standalone set. Otherwise, they're a great buy at only $1 each for maybe students or just those who want to experiment. And, toss them in your book bag or purse, and if these get lost or damaged, no one's going to cry about these. So, yeah, they're a great buy, and you should try them out for yourself next time you're near Dollar Tree.